So what's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today I thought we could get into some not so traditional Valentine's Day palettes recommendations and some anti-Valentine's Day recommendations for those of you who, you know, don't celebrate Valentine's Day or National, National Singles Awareness Day, I believe this was called. Anyway, I got a few palettes in here for that, so let's get into it. So I've tried to do high-end, affordable, and then luxury on both ends, but in the anti-Valentine's Day one, I think I have more luxury and high-end than I do affordable. But anyway, let's get started. So I have the Wild Chameleon's Obsession palette from Huda Beauty. To me, this is, and I guess I should explain what non-traditional is to me. Like, it's not a whole bunch of pinks and like light pinks, dark pinks, a lot of like different like dark burgundy reds or dark like plummy purplish shades. To me, that's more traditional Valentine's Day. So when you mix it up with stuff like this with purples and like oranges and corals and other things, to me that's not such a traditional Valentine's Day palette. So that's why I said not so traditional Valentine's Day palettes. But this is what it looks like on the inside. If y'all remember my review on these, I did last year when these came out, and I had all three of them, and then I ended up getting the fourth one when she had a 20% off sale on her website. Only to find out she had the Tiger palette coming out the next year because it was the year of the Tiger, which explained why she didn't have it in Sephora now when she usually has everything in Sephora. But this is what it looks like on the inside, and as you can see what I'm talking about. Like, it only has like one of those shades that I talked about. You have this deep rich purple, you have a lot of golds and corally shades, and I guess if your girl does more of a smoky eye, then this might still be somewhat a traditional palette to you. But to me, this isn't a traditional Valentine's Day palette like a lot of the ones we've been seeing coming out. So I figured this would be a good unique Valentine's Day palette, because you can use this shade and you can use the purple, or you can use some corals and still be somewhat in the Valentine's Day spirit, if you will, but not look like everybody else with the reds and the pinks. So that's why I picked it. Same thing with the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz. Plus, I'm just a cool tone lover, so to me this isn't really that Valentine's Day, because think about it, you only get these two pinks right here, and after that everything's like cool tone brown or cool tone purples. So those two pops of pinks to me don't necessarily make this a traditional Valentine's Day palette. And it has a lot of cool different purple tones in it. Y'all know I love purple, so I'd gladly wear a pink and purple look for Valentine's Day. So this palette is more of a non-traditional palette to me for those reasons. Plus, I just love cool tones, and I think this has amazing formula on it, and it's a really good palette. So I just realized I put the Huda ones in order and the affordable ones in order. Oopsies, I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, the next one I have is, now y'all know this is my favorite UOMA Beauty palette of all of his palettes when it comes to color stories. This is Strawberry Dream. I love this palette, and I definitely think this is not your traditional Valentine's Day palette, because although it has a lot of the Valentine's Day colors, see when you cover up the blues, it has a decent amount of Valentine's Day palettes of colors, but the pop of blue in there is cool, silverish, bluish, iridescent shade. The fact that there's this random gold in there, and then you have different tones of like pinks and corals into the deep tones, to me is what makes this not so traditional, because of those shades I just mentioned. Plus, this is a really good palette. I would definitely wear it for Valentine's Day and think I was like unique, if you will, because it doesn't because of the blues and the other things that you can add on to make a nice little eye look with. So I included this one instead of including the strawberry milkshake from Unearthly Cosmetics, because I was gonna do that, but I was like, the only difference in there is like the greens, but now look at it, the only difference here is the blue. So I guess I could have included it, but I didn't want to do too much of the same, since the color stories of those are somewhat similar as well. Next, I have the Passion in Paris palette. Now, a lot of people might see this as a traditional Valentine's Day palette. I don't, again, because of it's more purple based and like a little bit of wine colored tones. But I feel like this is more of a deeper, darker palette. See, because if you take this away, there's nothing that screams Valentine's Day about this palette. So this one row is what gives you the Valentine's Day feel, but it still doesn't give you Valentine's Day feel as a whole. It does give you love just because, you know, it's Paris, but I feel like a lot of the deeper, purplish, grungier, deeper tones are what makes it not such a traditional Valentine's Day palette to me. So that's why I made sure I put it in here. The formula on this is amazing. This is like one of my favorite palettes alongside my Blueberry Muffin. This and Blueberry Muffin are my favorite BH palettes, along with the ice cream shop collection if anybody's curious. But yeah, this is an amazing palette, and I would definitely have no problem marking for Valentine's Day. The next one I have from BH Cosmetics is the Mimosa palette. Now I know this gives Valentine's Day vibes too, because it has lots of pinks in it. Sorry, it's hard to hold with the reflective, but it has some nice oranges and yellows and a few other neutrals to go along with it, which again, to me, I'll try to hold it right there. Yeah, right there looks good. Is why it's not a traditional Valentine's Day palette, because you don't have yellows and oranges normally and a lot of neutrals in the palette. So although it does have a few pops of pink, it still has other poppy tones in it that makes it not just traditional to me, based upon what we've been seeing this year when it comes to Valentine's Day palettes. The next two are going to be more grungier, deeper tone palettes, and we're going to round it out with a high-end palette, a luxury palette, and then I have a high-end dupe for that I did a video on. So some of y'all might not know if you watch my videos or my main chick, side chick videos, or just the battle of love when it came to this particular palette, because I was curious about it and I found it on Beauty Bay for a steal, so I went ahead and bought it. Anyway, next we have She's and Parties. Again, it's a nice grungy tone palette. I know people really like the form on this and really like this palette, so I wanted to include something that's deep and grungy for us dark jewel tone type lovers, but still goes with the theme of Valentine's Day. Even though I felt like maybe I should put this in anti-Valentine's Day, but I was like, since it still has more warm and welcoming tones of purples, which is really close to the pink family, I figured I could include it on this side. But this is a really nice palette as far as formula goes, because y'all know Melt is hit and miss, so the formula on this one is really good. The color story is nice. It's not my favorite color story. I have one that I'm going to show you after this one that I like the color story better, which is sadly being discontinued. This one is part of their permanent line, and this used to be a stack. I didn't buy the stack though just because I wasn't crazy about it, and I think I ended up only getting this one because it's on sale. But at least the formula and the quality on this is good. My favorite shades are like the shimmer ones in front and this one right here. Weird as it is, I'm not really that crazy about the dark colorful shades in the back, but it's still a good palette overall, and I felt like I should share. Now sadly, Berries and Creams from UOMA Cosmetics is being discontinued, along with my what is it, Celestial Storm palette, which is my two favorite Dominique Cosmetics palettes. So I'm like, girl, what do you replace my favorite palettes with? It better be good, Kirsten. No, but this is what it looks like on the inside, and see, it does give some traditional tones because it has like this shimmery shade right here and a couple of berry tones, but I feel like overall it isn't a traditional Valentine's Day palette, because first of all, again, it doesn't have all the pinks. It does have a couple of shades that I figured people would consider Valentine's Day, but I feel like as a whole it doesn't scream like Valentine's Day palette. And this was like her fall palette, I think the first year her brand came out, and I love this palette, so I might have to re-up on a couple of palettes because they're being discontinued, not coming back, and I want a fresh formula for it to last. So this is one of my all-time favorite palettes from Kirsten's brand. I absolutely love it, and I am so sad she's discontinuing, but I think it'd be a good Valentine's Day palette for you if you don't want to be out there looking like everybody else, girl. I'm trying to help you not look like everybody else when you walk into the room when all 12 of y'all got the same Natasha Denona mini crush palette on for $25, okay? I'm trying to save you from that. Help me help you. Last, I have the Mothership 9. This is 9. I feel like it's not. Yes, the Mothership 9 Utopian Dream palette. Now, this definitely is not a traditional Valentine's Day palette at all. You got the corals. I mean, I don't really see anything pink in here, like maybe like this shade right here, but overall I feel like this is just a gorgeous palette that could be used in Valentine's Day, because you can use the corals and the purples together to make a gorgeous look, and it'll still be in the Valentine's family, because I feel like the corals will be close enough to pink to where you're still in the Valentine's Day mood according to the palettes that you've seen coming out, but you don't have to look like everybody else. Plus you can save your money, because this came out last year and you already got in your collection, girl, so just save the coins, save the coins, save the coins. So this is what she looks like. It's absolutely stunning, and it might, if I was going to be in Chicago during Valentine's Day, because I dare not pack any Pat McGrath that isn't the IXC kit or the little plastic ones in $25 packages, I would probably wear this palette just because it's so stunning, and that purple shade to me on the lid is everything. But if you would love a lovely alternative to that, you can buy Kirsten's Dominique Cosmetics Coral Blossom palette. This is what she looks like on the inside. I think it's a stunning palette. It has really nice colors to it, and as you can see, the color story is really similar to Mother's, but this corally shade right here is so much more pigmented than Mother's. Y'all, I was shocked. I was like, let me find out Kirsten out here doing big things. But if you watch my battle of love between this palette and the Utopian Dream I just showed you, they are giving similar vibes. Now, of course, don't expect this purple to be like Mother's purple at all. This palette is only, I think, like $49, and y'all know Mother charged $125, so she has to come with it for $125, and this palette is only, like I said, $49, I believe. So don't expect it to be like Mother. However, if you want the same color story and maybe wet your brush and you get a more slicker look, it won't be as sparkly as Mother's, but it can give you the same effect at like half the price. So I would definitely recommend this palette, and it gives you corals and similar tones that are close to pink, but you ain't out here looking like everybody else. So that was my goal in giving y'all these looks. Now let's get into the anti-Valentine's Day palettes. Sorry y'all, gotta bend over and grab them off the floor. Ooh, child, that's funny. So we got, we go start off with Huda again. So I got the Wild Jaguar Obsessions. I know some people got mad and disliked my video because I said that you didn't need this if you had the original Smoky Obsessions palette. I stand by that because, I mean, although the shimmers in here are nicer because her formula's gotten better over time, obviously. If you already have it, sis, why spend extra money just to get a perfectly dual-chrome shade right here like this? Just buy a single from an indie brand and you already got this palette. Anyway, if you don't have this palette, I feel like this is a great anti-Valentine's Day palette because there's a lot of grungy tones with it. But if you still want to have a pop of color in the corner or a pop of color on the lid, you have this dual chroma shade right here. And then you have this purplish shade right here. But I was going mainly for smoky or like black mixed with reds when it came to anti-Valentine's Day looks. Just really smoky, grungy looks is what I think of when I think of anti-Valentine's Day. And maybe like a pop of red, like a bleeding heart situation if you feel. So a lot of the palettes you see should reflect that, and a lot of them most likely gonna look like this because to me this is like anti-Valentine's Day. Now remember, these are just my opinions on what like I would wear in these scenarios, so that's why I'm saying in my opinion, because that's how I feel. If you don't feel about it like what, and you feel like the palettes would be good for something else, that's fine. But you know, that's what I was pulling for, and that was what my vision was when I came up with this. So there you go. Now we're gonna get into the Baroque palette from ColourPop. I definitely see this as an anti-Valentine's Day palette. I mean, the floral dressing is beautiful on this, but not dressing, the floral decoration on the palette is beautiful. Sorry, I'm trying to find an angle to show that where it's not going. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll go with that. This is what it looks like. To me, this is definitely grungy anti-Valentine's Day palette. It's just a gorgeous grungy palette, and when I think of anti-Valentine's Day, I think of grungy mixed with a pop of one of the shades that people actually use on Valentine's Day. So we'll get to some of those palettes in a second, but I want to get these few out of the way first. Next we have the Lisa Cosmetics Berlin 89 palette. I didn't do a video on it because it took forever for it to get to me, and my mirror actually came cracked. So I'm hoping I don't have bad luck because of it, because I didn't crack it, the mailman did. This is what it looks like on the inside. Now you see what I'm saying? They have red shades in here, which is a shade that you use for Valentine's Day, but you have like grungier tones in here, and then you have like this dual chrome shade right here, because when I'm looking at it right here, it's green, but when I have it turned to you, it looks pinkish red. So this to me is an anti-Valentine's Day palette just based upon like the color tone of it, and I would use it and probably use dual chrome on the lid and then put like the black and smoke it out on the outer V, and that would be like my anti-Valentine's Day eye look. Next, I have another ColourPop palette. It's the Nightmare Before Christmas Tim Burton palette. So what she looks like on the inside. Now I know this is probably the one that has the most traditional like colors of Valentine's Day in it, but still, you know, you have like the orange, then you have like a lot of the grungier tones, and you still get like a purple. To me, this screams anti-Valentine's Day because again, you're getting one of the Valentine's Day colors, or a couple of the colors that people usually traditionally use for Valentine's Day, but you're also getting a lot of dark, grungy, smoky shades that go along with it. And when I think of anti-Valentine's Day, that's what I think about. Next we have my Prelude Chroma palette from Lime Crime. This is one of my favorite palettes from them ever. And see, again, with the dark plumish purplish shades I talked about earlier, and then this I guess coppery reddish shade. And then you got like all these other cooler, weirder tones to go with it that I feel like would be an anti-Valentine's Day look for me. Like I would use this shade and maybe like this shade in my crease, and then put like one of these shimmers on top and one of these shimmers in the inner corner, and that would be a cute little anti-Valentine's Day look. So I really like this palette for the season we are in now. Okay, we only got 3 more palettes after the one I'm about to show you, and then we should be good. This is the Scott Barnes Glamazon palette, I believe. I ended up getting this for, I think, Christmas. And this screams anti-Valentine's Day to me. Again, I told y'all we'd see one that was similar to the one I started off with, because to me this is really similar to the Wow Jaguar Obsessions. It just has a pop of blue in addition to its pop of purple, because if you all remember the dual chrome in there is purple. So this screams anti-Valentine's Day to me too, because like I said, I group pinks and purples together a lot of time, and I feel like because the purple is in here and then you get a lot of grungy smokiness going on, that it's screaming anti-Valentine's Day to me. Then I have the Codeine palette from Adep Cosmetics. Y'all know I love Adep. I just ordered the plain Jane Remastered palette, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Now you see the pop of pink, and then it has all these cool shifting dual chrome, so to change different shades. Like it looks red here, but when I turn and look at it, it has like this greenish brownish tone to it. Then you have this nice little pink right here. So it has a couple of 2 or 3 of the tones that people use in Valentine's Day, but you still get a whole bunch of grungy, cool tone, weird and unique colors to use in the palette. And that was my thought process behind picking this stuff. So okay, so the last 2 palettes I have are luxury. So I have the Mothership 3 palette, which, what is the name of this one? I always forget the name of it. This was actually the last original Mothership palette I bought. I still haven't bought the green one. I don't think I'll ever buy the green one. Subversive. This is the Subversive palette. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside. And to me, this is definitely anti-Valentine's Day, because you got the shifting purple and pinkish shades in here. And then you have all these dark grungy tones, and this is the palette she first came out with, where she put a black in every single palette. So you get that black to darken it up with, and even use like this supposed shade that's Valentine's-y. This shade, well, this shade isn't necessarily Valentine's-y, and then this shade that's just Valentine's-y. And just call yourself a good old day. I really love this palette. I need to be using it more. Again, I would probably combine this one with the Utopian Dream I talked about earlier if I was going to be at home and make a cute little Valentine's Day look, but you know. I will be out of town. The last one I have to talk about is like the one everybody used to rave about and rave about and rave about and rave about until it got knocked off its pedestal by the Divine Rose 2 Artistry palette. So I feel like you should know what I'm talking about. This is Mothership 5. I'm pretty sure it's called Bronze Seduction. I always get it confused with the little one. I don't remember if this is the Bronze Temptation, that's the Bronze Seduction, or if it's the other way around. Okay, so I had it right. This is the Bronze Seduction. That's what she looks like on the inside. And that, y'all know what called me, that red in here. And then this dark vampy purple shade, because to me those are shades that you consider for Valentine's Day. But the rest of it kind of gives like a different vibe, because you have like these 2 shifting shades to change colors. And then you have like a lot of more neutral tones. So this is definitely an anti-Valentine's Day palette to me. I mean, it's still a good everyday palette. And I think it's one of my most used McGrath palettes, just because of the quality and the shifts of the tones in it. But you know, it screams anti-Valentine's Day to me. I mean, you could use it for Valentine's Day as well though, so I'm not saying you have to use these palettes in capacity. I'm saying I just thought it'd be fun to put a twist on the traditional way that you would pick a Valentine's Day palette out, by doing anti-Valentine's Day palettes and palettes that don't look so traditional and like are light pink, purple based, if you will. So those are all the palettes I have to talk to you all about. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all are diamonds. Let me know if you agree with me. Do you agree those are like anti-Valentine's Day palettes, or not so traditional Valentine's Day palettes? Because I'm curious of what you think about the stuff that I picked out and the categories I put them in. But anyway, like I said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.